Imagine a knowledge so profound that it connects every being, every moment, and every fragment of reality into one vast consciousness. That's what the Law of One proposes, a vision where everything is part of a single being, experiencing itself in infinite ways. Channeled by Ra, a sixth-density entity, this wisdom delves into the depths of creation and the evolution of consciousness. It's not just an abstract philosophy, but a practical understanding that shapes how we perceive reality. Similar teachings can be found in Wingmakers and A Course in Miracles, but each is filtered through the unique perspective of the channeling entity. The core message, however, remains the same. All is one. There is no separation, no division, just one infinite creator experiencing itself through all existence. The evolutionary process of the creator is a journey of expansion and self-discovery. The one infinite creator fragments itself into countless forms of consciousness, each on a path of returning to unity. These fragments embark on an endless quest of growth and integration, gaining wisdom through contrast and diversity. It's like the ocean breaking into countless waves, each distinct but never truly separate from the vast body of water. Through every experience, pain, joy, failure, triumph, the creator learns more about itself. It's a grand experiment of knowing and becoming, where each soul is both the creator and the created, participating in the infinite dance of cosmic evolution. This journey isn't limited to physical life or a single incarnation. It spans countless lifetimes, dimensions, and densities, each step offering new lessons and deeper realizations. From the simplest awareness of elemental existence to the profound unity of higher densities, the soul navigates through layers of reality, driven by the desire to know itself. The veiling process, especially present in third density, serves to make this journey more authentic and challenging. By forgetting its true nature, the soul experiences the illusion of separation and duality, forcing it to make conscious choices that reflect its deeper essence. Ra's teachings emphasize that the purpose of each density is not to escape, but to integrate, to blend love and wisdom, unity and diversity. Third density, for instance, is where the soul must choose its path, service to self or service to others. This crucial decision shapes the trajectory of spiritual evolution and determines how the soul navigates through higher densities. It's a battleground for the soul, where ego and compassion collide, and the choice made here reverberates throughout subsequent incarnations. The struggle is not just about personal growth, but about contributing to the collective evolution of consciousness itself. What makes the Law of One uniquely compelling is its invitation to see beyond the mundane and perceive the interconnectedness of all things. It challenges the rigid beliefs of traditional spirituality by presenting an ever-evolving creator that learns through experience rather than adhering to a predetermined plan. This perspective invites seekers to explore their own consciousness, question reality, and embrace the fluidity of existence. As we dive deeper into this philosophy, we begin to see how each density shapes the soul's journey, leading us naturally to the next exploration, understanding densities versus dimensions and how they frame our perception of reality. Chapter 1: Densities versus Dimensions. Understanding the differences. When people think about dimensions, they often imagine physical spaces or parallel realities existing side by side. However, in the Law of One, densities are not about spatial separation, but about stages of consciousness evolution and vibrational frequency. Imagine ice, water, and steam, all composed of H2O, but existing in different states. Densities function much like that, representing shifts in awareness rather than movement through physical locations. It's a transition from dense, rigid thought patterns to fluid, expansive states of being. This distinction is crucial because it reframes how we think about spiritual growth, not as a journey through space, but as an inner transformation of awareness. Densities are better understood as levels of vibrational frequency that shape how consciousness perceives and interacts with reality. A low vibrational soul, like ice, feels heavy, dense, and deeply attached to illusions of separation and material existence. It clings to the familiar, resistant to change, and often driven by fear and ego. In contrast, a high vibrational soul resembles steam, light, fluid, and able to rise above limitations. It perceives the interconnectedness of all things and moves with the natural flow of cosmic evolution. The journey through densities is a gradual melting of rigid thought into a harmonious state of being, guided by a deeper understanding of unity. This process of vibrational elevation is not linear, but rather an expansion of perception. Think about how a song's rhythm can change your mood, moving from tense to relaxed as the tempo shifts. Similarly, density shifts alter how we resonate with existence itself. In third density, the struggle lies in overcoming duality and recognizing the illusion of separation. Moving into fourth density, consciousness begins to harmonize with love and collective understanding. By the time it reaches fifth density, wisdom tempers that love, guiding actions with deeper insight. This layered approach allows the soul to gradually integrate the complexities of both personal and universal consciousness. Understanding densities also helps demystify why people experience reality so differently. Someone in third density might focus intensely on material success and personal identity, while someone leaning into fourth density may prioritize compassion and connection. As souls evolve, they shed the constraints of lower densities, moving toward higher frequencies where truth becomes more evident. The more fluid and expansive the consciousness, the greater the ability to transcend suffering and embrace wisdom. This means that spiritual practices aiming to raise vibrational frequency, like meditation, mindful living, and self-inquiry, are not just tools for peace, but essential steps in the journey through densities. Grasping the concept of densities rather than physical dimensions empowers individuals to shift their focus from external validation to internal mastery. It's not about leaving one place and arriving at another, but about transforming the way reality is perceived and understood. As we move forward, it becomes clear that exploring the 7 densities of consciousness reveals even deeper layers of this evolutionary journey. The path unfolds not by escaping the physical, but by transcending the limitations of perception itself, guiding us toward unity and enlightenment. Chapter 2: The 7 Densities of Consciousness. The journey of consciousness through the 7 densities is like an epic saga of self-discovery, where each stage represents a fundamental shift in awareness and purpose. The first density is the most primal, consisting of the basic elements: earth, air, water, and fire. This is where consciousness first awakens to the mere act of existing, embodying the raw forces of nature. It's the foundation of all that follows, laying the groundwork for more complex forms of life. Imagine a stone slowly being shaped by the flow of water over centuries, a process so gradual that it seems almost static, yet it holds the seeds of future awareness. In this stage, the focus is purely on being, without any sense of self or identity. As we move into the second density, consciousness becomes more dynamic and aware of movement and survival. This stage encompasses plant and animal life, where instincts and basic emotions start to emerge. Think of a pet dog that not only acts on instinct, but shows affection, loyalty, and even curiosity. These traits hint at a budding self-awareness, laying the groundwork for higher consciousness. Animals that interact closely with humans often begin to show signs of individuality, like preferences and emotional bonds. This gradual development marks the soul's preparation for the leap into the third density, where self-awareness becomes fully pronounced. The third density is where human experience unfolds, a realm marked by self-awareness, choice, and the powerful duality of service to self versus service to others. This is where souls face the greatest challenges as they grapple with ego, separation, and the search for meaning. It's a training ground where consciousness must make critical choices about alignment, whether to follow a path of love and unity or to pursue power and control. The human experience is intense because it's designed to force introspection and decision-making. In this density, spiritual confusion is rampant, as illusions of the material world cloud the deeper truths of existence. This struggle sets the stage for breakthroughs into higher densities. As consciousness evolves into the fourth density, the focus shifts to love and unity, transcending the ego's grip. It's a realm where telepathic communication becomes the norm and collective consciousness emerges. The transition from a chemical body to a light body signifies the shedding of dense, material attachments in favor of fluid, compassionate awareness. Think of it as moving from a self-centered mindset to one that genuinely embraces collective well-being. Communities in this density operate more harmoniously, driven by empathy and interconnectedness. It's not that challenges disappear, but they are approached with a sense of shared responsibility rather than individual ambition. The journey continues into the fifth density, where wisdom and understanding become paramount. It's a period of profound reflection and solitude, where souls seek deeper truths and gain insights that were elusive before. Here, knowledge is synthesized with love, forming a balanced perspective that guides further evolution. Ra, as a sixth density being, exemplifies the integration of love and wisdom, functioning within a social memory complex, a collective consciousness that acts as a vast repository of universal knowledge. From there, souls move toward the seventh density, merging once again with the infinite creator, only to re-emerge in the eighth density as a new octave of experience. This endless cycle highlights the creator's desire to know itself through every conceivable form of existence. As we delve deeper, the concept of social memory complexes reveals how individual consciousnesses merge to form collective awareness, amplifying the evolution of both the individual and the whole. Let's explore how these unified consciousnesses operate and why they are essential to the cosmic journey. Chapter 3: Social Memory Complexes, the Collective Evolution of Consciousness. Social memory complexes represent one of the most fascinating aspects of higher density evolution. Imagine a vast network of souls, all interconnected, pooling their collective wisdom and experiences into a single, unified consciousness. It's like creating a supermind composed of countless individual perspectives, yet functioning as one cohesive entity. Ra, as a sixth density being, exemplifies this principle, where the collective awareness of an entire civilization merges into a single, harmonious identity. These complexes are not just groups of souls. They are living libraries of universal knowledge, holding the combined lessons and insights of countless lifetimes. This dynamic fusion allows for rapid evolution and deeper understanding of both love and wisdom. The concept of social memory complexes challenges the notion of individualism that dominates lower densities. In third density, where humans struggle with ego and separation, it's hard to imagine voluntarily surrendering one's identity to a collective. Yet, As consciousness ascends to higher densities, the desire for unity outweighs the attachment to individuality. The illusion of separateness fades, and souls recognize that pooling their awareness is not a loss, but an expansion of identity. Think of it as moving from being a single musician to becoming part of a symphony, where each note contributes to a grander melody, harmonizing with the essence of the universe itself. Forming a social memory complex is not instantaneous. It requires the gradual integration of love, wisdom, and understanding, allowing each soul to shed its ego and align with the collective good. The process resembles the formation of a beehive mind, where every bee operates in harmony with the whole, but on a far more profound and conscious level. It's not mindless assimilation, but a willing merging, driven by the realization that unity amplifies purpose and insight. In practical terms, it means that each member of the complex has access to the accumulated knowledge and experience of every other member, effectively eliminating ignorance and creating a state of profound enlightenment. Social memory complexes do not erase individuality, but rather enhance it within a framework of collective purpose. Each soul retains its unique essence while seamlessly integrating with the shared consciousness. This allows for a harmonious blend of personal growth and communal evolution, where the boundaries between self and other dissolve. Imagine having the wisdom of ancient sages, the compassion of countless healers, and the strategic insight of warriors, all accessible in an instant. Such integration fosters a depth of understanding that transcends any single perspective, making collective decision-making both efficient and profoundly wise. These complexes are not just theoretical constructs, but practical realities in higher densities. They demonstrate how love and wisdom, when perfectly balanced, naturally lead to collective unity. As Ra illustrates, the complex becomes a singular entity with multifaceted awareness, capable of perceiving and interacting with the cosmos on an unimaginable scale. It's a glimpse into the potential of consciousness when it abandons divisive tendencies and embraces the infinite potential of unity. The path to such integration requires evolving through densities, learning from individual experiences, and ultimately merging into a collective that transcends personal limitations. This evolutionary journey naturally leads to the exploration of reincarnation and how it plays a vital role in the progression of consciousness. Chapter 4: Reincarnation, the Cycles of Evolution. Reincarnation is more than just the idea of living multiple lives. It's a fundamental mechanism through which consciousness evolves. Unlike traditional religious views that portray the afterlife as a final destination determined by a single lifetime, reincarnation offers a nuanced understanding of growth and transformation. Think about it. Expecting one brief human experience to encapsulate the infinite potential of a soul is unrealistic. Instead, reincarnation serves as a cycle of learning and development, where each lifetime is an opportunity to explore different facets of reality. It's not about punishment or reward, but about collecting experiences that deepen self-awareness and expand spiritual understanding. The necessity of reincarnation becomes evident when we consider the vast complexity of consciousness evolution. Each stage builds upon the last, just as elementary school leads to higher education. A soul that once existed as a rock or plant gradually moves through increasingly sophisticated forms of awareness, animal instincts, human intellect, and eventually higher densities of love and wisdom. It's like an artist refining their craft, continuously experimenting with new techniques to achieve a masterpiece. One lifetime is simply not enough to master the intricate dance between light and darkness, love and wisdom. Reincarnation allows for a deeper, richer journey where the soul accumulates diverse insights across various contexts. It's crucial to break free from the mindset that reincarnation is a form of cosmic recycling. Instead, think of it as a deliberate mission, where each life serves a specific purpose in the grand scheme of personal and collective evolution. Imagine a musician practicing scales not because they failed, but because mastery requires repetition and refinement. Similarly, souls choose experiences that challenge their understanding and push their limits. Some lives may focus on compassion, while others may revolve around wisdom or overcoming fear. The beauty lies in the freedom to experiment, to fail, and to rise again, each time a bit wiser and more attuned to the truth of unity. The metaphor of a mission trip is particularly fitting. Imagine the Creator sending fragments of itself into the world to learn, grow, and ultimately return enriched with understanding. Just as a parent might encourage their child to volunteer in a challenging environment to gain perspective and appreciation, the soul embarks on earthly journeys to confront duality and illusion. The challenges faced in human life are not arbitrary. They are carefully designed opportunities for growth. Whether it's facing heartbreak, overcoming addiction, or embracing forgiveness, each trial shapes the soul's vibrational frequency and prepares it for higher densities. The notion of a single, permanent outcome after death simply doesn't align with the expansive nature of consciousness. Instead, reincarnation serves as a dynamic system that respects free will while guiding the soul toward unity and enlightenment. Every experience, whether perceived as success or failure, contributes to the intricate mosaic of cosmic evolution. As souls navigate through lifetimes, they gather the wisdom necessary to move beyond the illusion of separation and embrace their true nature as fragments of the infinite Creator. This process naturally leads us to the concept of the veiling process and the critical role of third density in shaping authentic spiritual choices. Chapter 5. The Veiling Process and the Role of Third Density. One of the most intriguing aspects of the Law of One is the concept of the veiling process. Imagine waking up one day with no memory of who you are, where you came from, or why you're here. That sense of disorientation mirrors the veil of forgetting, which specifically exists in third density to create authentic spiritual choices. It's not a punishment, but a necessary condition for growth. Without the veil, souls would instantly recognize their unity with the infinite Creator, making the journey of self-discovery meaningless. The veil ensures that every choice made in third density arises from genuine struggle and personal insight, rather than mere knowledge of the truth. Third density is designed to be the most challenging and intense phase of consciousness evolution. It's where souls confront the illusion of separation, grapple with ego, and decide between two fundamental polarities: service to self or service to others. This density is unique because it compresses immense growth into a relatively short period. Think of it as a spiritual boot camp, where the soul is thrown into the chaos of human experience and must navigate the labyrinth of identity and purpose. The veil amplifies the illusion of duality, forcing souls to actively seek truth rather than passively knowing it. This active seeking is what builds the spiritual muscle necessary to ascend to higher densities. The veil's purpose is not to hinder, but to challenge. Imagine playing a video game on easy mode, where every obstacle is transparent and predictable. The game would quickly lose its value and fail to inspire growth. The veil makes life unpredictable and complex, requiring souls to engage in introspection and deliberate choice-making. It's like an artist painting with their eyes half closed, forcing creativity to flow from a deeper place rather than relying on clear sight. This struggle ignites the potential for profound realization and self-awareness, as the soul gradually peels back layers of illusion to glimpse its true essence. What makes third density so dynamic is that it's not just about learning concepts, but embodying them through lived experience. Intellectual understanding alone won't suffice here. One must face hardships, love deeply, forgive genuinely, and confront the shadows within. The veil makes this process raw and visceral, stripping away certainty to cultivate resilience. For many, the pain of betrayal, loss, or existential doubt becomes the catalyst for spiritual awakening. The veil doesn't block truth. It challenges the soul to discover it through personal revelation and growth, creating a rich tapestry of human experience that shapes the vibrational signature of the soul. Once the soul navigates the complexities of third density and makes its crucial choice of polarity, the veil gradually thins as higher densities come into play. The soul remembers its unity and purpose, but only after proving its resolve through the trials of human existence. This is why the third density is both celebrated and feared, a crucible of transformation where free will meets the harsh light of reality. Understanding the role of the veil brings deeper insight into why polarities exist and how choosing between service to self and service to others shapes the path forward. Let's now dive into this critical dichotomy and explore the essence of spiritual polarity. Chapter 6. Polarities. Service to self versus service to others. At the heart of third density evolution lies the fundamental choice between two distinct spiritual paths: service to self and service to others. This dichotomy defines how a soul navigates the journey through densities, shaping its vibrational frequency and guiding its cosmic evolution. Service to self is rooted in power, control, and the accumulation of influence, often through manipulation and dominance. On the other hand, service to others is centered on compassion, unity, and the upliftment of collective well-being. Both paths are valid in the grand scheme of the infinite Creator's exploration of itself, but they lead to vastly different expressions of consciousness. Service to self may seem inherently negative, but it plays a critical role in the cosmic balance. Those on this path view themselves as central to existence, seeking to dominate and exploit to maintain a sense of superiority. It's not just about being selfish. It's a calculated dedication to personal empowerment at any cost. Think of historical figures who relentlessly pursued control and left a mark through fear or authority. Their impact, although disruptive, serves as a contrast that propels others toward compassion and unity. The negative path is not sustainable beyond early sixth density, as its inherently isolating nature clashes with the unifying force of love and wisdom. Service to others, by contrast, is an open-hearted commitment to uplifting and assisting fellow beings. It transcends the ego and seeks to foster harmony and interconnectedness. People on this path prioritize collective growth over personal gain, acting as beacons of light amid chaos. Consider figures like Mother Teresa or Mahatma Gandhi, individuals who devoted their lives to service, often sacrificing personal comfort for the well-being of others. This path aligns naturally with higher densities where unity and love dominate. It's not a passive or submissive route, but an active engagement in spreading light through kindness, understanding, and selflessness. What makes these polarities particularly intriguing is how they coexist, each providing the contrast needed for true understanding. Without the presence of selfishness, selflessness would lack meaning and depth. It's the tension between these polarities that fuels growth and challenges the soul to define its essence. Even within one lifetime, people may oscillate between the two, experiencing the consequences of both approaches. This dynamic interplay sharpens awareness and drives the soul to make a deliberate choice, a commitment that becomes a guiding principle in the journey toward enlightenment. Ultimately, the Creator explores both paths as facets of its infinite nature. The positive path eventually leads to collective consciousness and unity, while the negative path must ultimately surrender its isolation to merge with love and wisdom. This convergence happens in the mid-sixth density, where polarities reconcile, and even the most power-hungry entities face the inevitable realization that unity is the ultimate truth. As we continue this exploration, it's essential to confront a deeper question. Why would an omniscient Creator need to explore itself through both light and darkness? This apparent paradox opens a profound inquiry into the nature of divine self-discovery and the evolution of consciousness itself. Chapter 7. The Paradox of a Creator that Doesn't Know Itself. One of the most perplexing aspects of the Law of One is the idea that the infinite Creator, despite being the source of all existence, is also in a continuous process of self-discovery. This notion challenges traditional religious views that depict a static, all-knowing, omnipotent deity. Instead, the Creator in the Law of One is both the knower and the seeker, constantly unfolding its infinite potential through the experiences of every fragment of consciousness. It's as if the Creator deliberately divides itself into countless perspectives to observe and understand itself from every possible angle. This paradox of knowing and not knowing simultaneously is the driving force behind the cosmic dance of evolution. The concept of an ever-evolving Creator reflects a profound truth: that existence itself is a dynamic process, not a fixed state. Imagine a painter who, despite knowing their artistic ability, continuously experiments with new techniques to discover deeper layers of creativity. The Creator's journey mirrors this endless exploration, where each soul acts as a brushstroke on the canvas of reality, contributing to a masterpiece that's always in progress. The purpose is not to reach a final conclusion, but to experience every nuance, every contrast, every expression of love and darkness. Through the multiplicity of existence, the Creator learns about itself in a way that pure omniscience could never achieve. This ongoing self-discovery is not just a philosophical concept, but an experiential reality within the densities. As consciousness evolves, it gradually realizes its own divinity and interconnectedness, yet it never fully grasps the entirety of creation. Even Ra, a sixth density being, acknowledges that it still seeks greater understanding. The pursuit of wisdom and love never truly ends because each new realization opens pathways to even deeper mysteries. It's like climbing a mountain only to discover that the summit reveals an even greater peak beyond the horizon. This eternal quest for self-knowledge keeps the universe vibrant, alive, and constantly evolving. The idea that the Creator deliberately chooses to forget itself to experience the thrill of rediscovery can feel counterintuitive. Why would an infinite being desire limitation? The answer lies in the profound richness of contrast. Without the experience of limitation, expansion would hold no meaning. The illusion of separation creates the stage where love, fear, wisdom, and folly play out, enriching the Creator's understanding of itself. This self-imposed amnesia allows for authentic experiences that shape the soul's journey back to unity. It's the thrill of unfolding, of going from darkness to light, from confusion to clarity, that makes the process invaluable. Ultimately, this perspective breaks free from the traditional notion of perfection as something static and immutable. Instead, perfection becomes an evolving harmony, where each experience adds texture and depth to the Creator's self-realization. There is no final destination, only the infinite unfolding of being and becoming. As we delve into the bigger picture, it becomes clear that the true essence of existence is not in knowing all at once, but in the continual process of discovery. This leads us to examine how the law of one frames this cosmic evolution, inviting us to see reality not as a fixed truth, but as a limitless journey of consciousness exploring itself. Chapter 8. The Bigger Picture. The Law of One offers a sweeping, transformative perspective on reality, emphasizing that everything is interconnected and ultimately a manifestation of the infinite Creator. It challenges the rigid dogmas that suggest a static, all-knowing deity and instead presents a dynamic, evolving consciousness that learns through the countless experiences of its fragments. Densities are not just levels of spiritual hierarchy, but stages of vibrational evolution that guide consciousness from the primal awareness of the first density to the profound unity of the seventh. The journey is not about rushing to the finish line, but about immersing in each stage, embracing the challenges and triumphs that shape the soul's essence. Third density, in particular, stands out as the crucible where souls must confront the illusion of separation. It's a chaotic, intense phase designed to force the soul to choose between service to self and service to others, a choice that defines the trajectory of further evolution. The veil of forgetting plays a crucial role in this process, ensuring that decisions arise from genuine internal struggle rather than inherited knowledge. It's like being dropped into a labyrinth without a map, compelled to find your way by relying on instinct and insight. This makes the soul's journey uniquely authentic and deeply transformative. Reincarnation becomes an essential aspect of this grand design, allowing the soul to revisit lessons and evolve through diverse experiences. One lifetime cannot possibly capture the vast potential of consciousness, so the soul embarks on countless journeys, each building on the last. It's not about punishment or cosmic bureaucracy, but about giving the soul the chance to experiment, grow, and refine its understanding. Just as a master craftsman hones their skills through repetition and dedication, the soul returns time and time again to master the art of love, wisdom, and balance. The polarity between service to self and service to others introduces the tension needed for growth. Without darkness, light would lose its definition, and without selfishness, selflessness would lack context. The Creator does not condemn either path, but allows both to coexist as valid expressions of its infinite potential. Eventually, however, even a negative path must reconcile with unity as it encounters the profound truth of interconnectedness. This inevitable convergence at higher densities reveals that separation was always an illusion, a temporary challenge designed to foster genuine growth. Understanding that the Creator itself is on a journey of self-discovery shatters the illusion of an immutable, static divine presence. It redefines perfection as a process rather than an endpoint, a continuous unfolding of potential through every soul, every experience, and every choice. As consciousness evolves, it doesn't seek to dominate or finalize truth, but to embrace the mystery and revel in the endless dance of being. This perspective calls for an open mind and a willingness to see beyond rigid belief systems, encouraging seekers to immerse themselves fully in the transformative power of self-inquiry and conscious evolution. As we move forward, it's essential to embrace this fluidity and become active participants in our own journey of cosmic discovery. Chapter 9. The Infinite Creator's Journey Through Us. The beauty of the law of one lies in its unapologetically expansive vision of existence, where every soul, is both an individual and a fragment of the infinite creator. It challenges us to move beyond rigid dogmas and explore reality from a perspective that honors both unity and diversity. As the creator fragments itself into countless expressions, each soul embarks on a unique journey, navigating the complexities of life while gathering experiences that enrich the collective understanding. This process is not a linear climb to perfection, but a multidimensional dance of exploration and growth. One of the most profound aspects of this philosophy is that the creator doesn't dictate the journey, but allows complete freedom of choice. This is why third density is so crucial. It's where souls face the stark contrast between light and darkness, love and fear, and must consciously choose their path. Without this freedom, evolution would be a predetermined script, devoid of authenticity. Instead, each choice made in the midst of confusion and doubt becomes a powerful declaration of the soul's alignment, shaping not just its destiny, but the fabric of collective evolution. Social memory complexes further amplify this evolution by demonstrating how individuality and unity can coexist. Ra, as a sixth density being, exemplifies how countless souls merge their awareness without losing their unique essence. It's like a vast choir where every voice contributes to a single, harmonious melody. The merging of memories and wisdom forms a reservoir of cosmic intelligence that can navigate even the most profound existential questions. This collective consciousness doesn't suppress individuality, but elevates it, allowing for both personal growth and communal enlightenment. What makes this journey so compelling is its inherent paradox. The creator, despite being infinite, willingly immerses itself in limitation to experience self-discovery. It's like a master musician deliberately playing a flawed instrument to explore new sounds and unexpected harmonies. This willingness to confront contrast, light versus dark, wisdom versus ignorance, shapes the entire structure of densities and the paths souls take through them. Even polarities, whether service to self or service to others, exist not as moral judgments, but as different expressions of the Creator's infinite potential. As we ponder this grand tapestry of existence, it becomes clear that our role is not to chase ultimate knowledge, but to participate actively in the unfolding of consciousness. Whether we choose to serve ourselves or others, whether we cling to illusion or seek enlightenment, each choice shapes not only our individual path, but the collective evolution of all that exists. The law of one challenges us to embrace this profound responsibility and recognize that every action, thought, and intention contributes to the ongoing story of the infinite Creator experiencing itself through us. As we move forward, the invitation remains to awaken, to choose, and to evolve with purpose and awareness, guided by the understanding that all is one. Chapter 10. The Dance of Unity and Separation. The law of one profoundly challenges the way we perceive reality, pushing us to see beyond the illusion of separation and embrace the inherent unity that underlies all existence. At the core of this philosophy is the realization that every being, every atom, and every thought is a manifestation of the infinite Creator, experiencing itself through countless forms and perspectives. This interconnectedness is not just a lofty ideal, but a practical truth that shapes how we interact with others and understand ourselves. The struggle lies in reconciling this cosmic oneness with the personal sense of identity that third density imposes on us. Third density is uniquely intense because it's where the illusion of separation is at its peak. We live our lives surrounded by apparent differences, race, culture, beliefs, forgetting that underneath it all, we are fragments of the same infinite source. The ego fiercely guards this illusion, feeding on fear, pride, and division to maintain its sense of control. Yet, breaking through this illusion doesn't mean denying individuality, but recognizing that our distinct experiences are threads woven into the same cosmic fabric. It's like playing a solo in a symphony. You express your unique note while being an inseparable part of the greater harmony. The challenge lies in moving from intellectual understanding to experiential realization. Many grasp the idea that all is one, but still struggle with the daily grind of conflict, competition, and judgment. This disconnect often arises because knowing something intellectually doesn't automatically translate into living it authentically. To bridge this gap, spiritual practices like meditation, self-inquiry, and conscious service to others become essential. They help dissolve the ego's tight grip, allowing the deeper truth of unity to permeate not just thought, but action and intention. It's not enough to think about oneness. You must embody it through compassion, empathy, and purposeful living. Interestingly, even those on the path of service to self inadvertently contribute to the grand design. Their pursuit of power and control serves as a contrast that challenges others to rise above fear and embrace love. In a paradoxical way, the negative path sharpens the positive one, making it clearer and more deliberate. By experiencing both light and darkness, the soul deepens its understanding of choice and consequence. This interplay ensures that the Creator's journey through its own creation remains vibrant and dynamic, never settling into complacency or stagnation. As we continue to navigate this dense, chaotic third density, it becomes crucial to remember that every experience, whether painful or joyful, is a fragment of the Creator's self-discovery. Each challenge faced and each triumph achieved contributes to the grand tapestry of evolving consciousness. The purpose is not to eliminate struggle, but to transcend it through awareness and intention. The real work lies in allowing love and wisdom to coexist within us, guiding our choices and interactions. This balance ultimately paves the way for ascension into higher densities, where unity becomes more than just an abstract idea. It becomes a lived reality. Now, as we move toward the bigger picture, it's essential to reflect on how all these elements interconnect, shaping not just our personal evolution, but the collective journey of the infinite Creator itself. Chapter 11. The Infinite Cycle of Expansion and Integration. One of the most profound realizations within the Law of One is that existence itself is a perpetual cycle of expansion and integration. The infinite Creator fragments itself into countless souls, each embarking on unique journeys through densities, gathering wisdom, love, and self-awareness. As these fragments evolve, they gradually merge back into unity, carrying with them the invaluable experiences of countless lifetimes. This cycle is not a linear ascent, but an intricate dance between individuality and oneness, where the purpose is not to escape existence, but to understand and embody it from every conceivable angle. Imagine a drop of water falling from the sky, landing in a river, and eventually merging back into the ocean. Though it seems to lose its individuality, it simultaneously becomes part of something immeasurably greater. That's the essence of the soul's journey, an ongoing rhythm of separation and reunion, where each incarnation refines the soul's vibrational frequency. Reincarnation is not merely a chance to get it right, but an essential aspect of the Creator knowing itself. Through every trial, every joy, and every sorrow, the soul expands its understanding of what it means to be both an individual and a fragment of infinity. This continuous expansion challenges the soul to navigate polarities and evolve through choices rooted in free will. Whether a soul chooses the path of service to self or service to others, both contribute to the grand tapestry of existence. The negative path, though inherently isolating, serves as a vital counterbalance that deepens the understanding of love and unity. The positive path, in contrast, embodies harmony and selflessness, moving naturally toward collective consciousness. Eventually, even those who walk the negative path must confront the reality that unity transcends all divisions, forcing them to reconcile their pursuit of power with the inevitable merging of all souls. The realization that the Creator doesn't fully know itself and continuously seeks to breaks the conventional perception of divinity as static and omnipotent. Instead, the Creator is a dynamic force, constantly expanding through experiential intelligence. Every choice made by every being contributes to this cosmic quest for self-knowledge. This means that the struggles and triumphs of human life are not trivial or random, but integral to the evolution of consciousness. Even the most mundane actions ripple through the collective field, influencing not just personal growth, but the evolution of the entire social memory complex to which one belongs. As we ponder the infinite nature of the Creator's journey, it becomes evident that our role is not to rush toward enlightenment, but to fully immerse ourselves in each experience. Growth doesn't come from resisting hardship or chasing spiritual shortcuts, but from embracing the full spectrum of existence. Whether we find ourselves in moments of darkness or light, each instance is an opportunity to deepen our awareness and contribute to the collective evolution. The ultimate lesson of the Law of One is not about transcending humanity, but embodying it with wisdom and love, knowing that every step forward enriches the Creator's eternal quest to know itself. Next, we'll dive deeper into the practical implications of living with this awareness and how embracing this perspective can transform everyday life, allowing us to see challenges not as obstacles, but as profound opportunities for expansion. Chapter 12. Living the Law of One. Practical application. Understanding the Law of One on an intellectual level is one thing, but integrating it into everyday life is an entirely different challenge. It's easy to get swept away by the abstract beauty of unity while struggling with the practical realities of human existence. Yet, living this philosophy means recognizing that every interaction, every conflict, and every decision is an opportunity to embody the principle of oneness. It's not about isolating oneself in spiritual contemplation, but about actively engaging with the world in a way that reflects interconnectedness. The real work begins when we apply these insights to how we think, feel, and act daily. One of the most impactful ways to live the Law of One is by practicing conscious intention. Each morning, take a moment to set a purpose rooted in service to others, whether through kindness, empathy, or simply being present. Small acts of compassion become profound statements of unity. For instance, when dealing with a difficult person, try to see beyond their behavior and recognize their own journey through density and growth. This shift in perspective doesn't just benefit others. It transforms your own consciousness by aligning your intentions with higher vibrational frequencies. It's about choosing love over judgment and understanding over conflict. Mindfulness is another essential practice, as it grounds the abstract concepts of unity into tangible actions. Start by becoming aware of how your thoughts shape your reality. Are you perceiving separation where there could be connection? Are your judgments reinforcing isolation rather than promoting understanding? Simply noticing these patterns without harsh self-criticism allows you to shift your mindset toward inclusiveness. Meditation helps here, not just as a retreat from the world, but as a way to recalibrate your energy and return to your daily life with renewed clarity. Through mindful awareness, you gradually dissolve the illusion of duality and cultivate a deeper sense of presence. Another transformative aspect of living the law of one is embracing vulnerability. It's easy to hold on to pride and ego, especially when facing criticism or challenges. Yet, vulnerability fosters authentic connection and breaks down barriers. Admitting mistakes, expressing feelings, and showing genuine care without fear of rejection allows others to see the real you, an evolving soul navigating the complexities of third density. By owning your humanity and imperfections, you paradoxically become more aligned with the infinite nature of consciousness. Vulnerability becomes a bridge between the personal and the universal, showing that strength lies not in invulnerability, but in openness. Finally, living the law of one means embracing your role as a co-creator. Every thought, word, and action contributes to the vibrational field of humanity. Choose to speak words that uplift rather than degrade, act in ways that unify rather than divide, and think thoughts that resonate with love rather than fear. This doesn't mean being passive or naive. Sometimes choosing unity means standing firmly against injustice. It's about intention, awareness, and the willingness to embody the highest truth you can perceive. As you move through your day, remember that every encounter is a reflection of your own consciousness seeking growth, and every challenge is a chance to integrate deeper wisdom. Conclusion: embracing your infinite journey. Life is far more than a fleeting moment trapped in the confines of one human experience. It's an ongoing saga of evolution, where your soul traverses countless lifetimes, each one sculpting your awareness and refining your vibrational frequency. The law of one challenges you to break free from the illusion of separation and see your existence as a continuous dance between individuality and unity. Understanding reincarnation shifts your mindset from fear and limitation to growth and transformation, showing you that every setback, every triumph, and every challenge is part of a grand design to awaken your soul to its true potential. This realization isn't just theoretical. It's a call to live with purpose, knowing that your soul has chosen each experience as an opportunity to grow encourages you to embrace challenges rather than fear them. You become more patient with your own shortcomings, recognizing that perfection is not the goal, transformation is. Each moment becomes sacred when you view it as a stepping stone in your soul's journey. Even when life feels chaotic or overwhelming, remembering your eternal nature grounds you in resilience and wisdom, empowering you to rise above temporary struggles with a sense of deeper purpose. The choice between service to self and service to others becomes more than a philosophical dilemma. It becomes a practical guide to living with integrity and compassion. Choose love over fear, connection over isolation, and purpose over complacency. The awareness that your thoughts, words, and actions ripple through the collective consciousness challenges you to become more mindful and deliberate. Whether you are uplifting someone with kindness or confronting your own shadows with honesty, every decision you make shapes not just your path, but the collective evolution of humanity. Now it's time to take ownership of your journey. You are not just a passive observer of reality. You are a co-creator, actively shaping your destiny through your choices and intentions. Let go of the fear of failure and embrace the limitless potential that lies within you. What if you approached each day with the mindset that your actions could transform not only your own life, but the lives of those around you? What if you dare to fully embody the love and wisdom that resides at your core? Challenge yourself to live in alignment with your highest truth and inspire others to do the same. If this message resonates with you and you're ready to explore deeper spiritual truths, don't hesitate to subscribe to the channel and activate notifications. You'll join a community of seekers dedicated to unraveling the mysteries of existence and mastering the art of conscious evolution. Leave a comment below sharing how this perspective shifts your understanding of life. Are you ready to embrace your infinite journey? Let's walk this path together, awakening, evolving, and co-creating a world rooted in unity and wisdom.